Lucy teacher, you can go live.
May I change my room, please? So there is a problem in internet connection. So may I?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, if you guys want, I can. Yeah, I'm just going to give you guys a sample question. Unfortunately I forgot to make the slide of the sample question. I'll just read it out loud so you guys can get an idea. Okay, so it's just a one-line question which describes the movie in a way all these BuzzFeed, clickbait articles would describe the movie. So here's the sample question: Parents leave kid at home by himself for a week. You'll never believe what happened. Which movie am I talking about?
So should we write it down in the Google Form?
For now, just type in the chat. Which movie am I talking about? Yeah, pretty much. So similarly, I'm just going to do it for a few other movies. That's the first round. So written that's why each question only worth 5 points. Does anyone have any is everyone okay with the 5 points? Cool.
So stake of 5 is on pounds, right?
It's a written round, so there's no pounds. You can. It's a written. There's no pounds. It's a completely written round.
If there's a stake of 5, we just mention it in the bracket or something.
Yeah, that works. Please. Okay, so moving on to the first question.
The link that you sent on the chat, that's the link, right? On which you have
that's the link. Yeah. Make sure you guys submit all your answers in one submission. Okay. So here's the first question. Farm boy destroys massive government project with 1 in a million shot. Okay, so this doesn't. I'll make it. I'll just clarify. This is not the plot of the entire movie, but rather this is what happens towards the climax of the movie. To make it clearer. Do you guys have any objections? Oh, okay, cool. I'll wait for Banlal then. Also, if you guys have any, Banlal, you're on mute. If you have to speak up, please unmute yourself. I think you want to speak something. Yeah.
Okay, I have please explain the rules of the round. I didn't.
Oh, yeah, sure. So this is basically a clickbait movie title. So all the movie titles will sound like a clickbait sort of thing. And since the single line question, it's just worth 5 points with a stake of +5. I'll give you an example. So for Home Alone, the clickbait title would be "Parents leave kid at home by himself for a week. You'll never believe what happened." Did you understand how the round works now? Yeah.
Yes.
So
how we is it we enter the answer on the Google form or passing round?
So this is a written round. So enter all 4 of your answers in one entry, separated with a semicolon. Like Ashwin has put a message saying India semicolon Pakistan. So that is supposed to say answer 1 semicolon answer 2, and if you're staking, put in the bracket, put the +5 if you're staking. And if you stake and you get it wrong, it's a negative. But if you don't stake and you get it wrong, it's you have no negatives. Understood? Is it understood?
We get an extra mark, right?
Yeah. If you're staking it, right, it's you'll get extra marks.
Okay.
So the first one, this is about the climax of a movie rather than the plot of the entire movie, where a farm boy destroys a massive government project with a 1 in a million shot. If any of you have objections, please mention them in the chat. Otherwise, I can give you clues for this if no one has any objections.
Okay, since I'm new to this quiz competitions, can you just tell me what objection means?
Objection means that you don't want me to give any clues.
You don't want me to give any clues?
Yeah, so basically, if you know the answer and don't want anyone else to get the answer, you can object clues.
All right.
Okay, seeing that no one is objecting anything, I'll mention this. Okay, so this is one movie out of an extremely long series of movies. It's a very long series of movies, and this is just one of them. And so how it works is, if you aren't staking and you mention the correct franchise, you'll get part points. if you stake and mention the franchise, for example, if the answer is supposed to be Spider-Man 2, and you
Okay.
mention the Amazing Spider-Man, you will get part points. However, if you stake, you still get a negative. Get it?
Okay, Mohsin, can I ask a doubt?
Yeah, sure.
So, like, if I get this right now, should I just type it out right now, or in the end, I should type it out all the four
Type it
questions?
and so type all 4 answers in one column. As of now, you can see you can select your team and you have one column for answers,
Oh.
right? So type all four of
Okay,
your
okay.
answers in one single column. And what I just said was, so this is a movie, like it's one out of a long series of movies. So if you mention the wrong movie but the right series, you get part points. However, if you mention the wrong thing and then you end up staking it, it'll still be a negative. Clear? Moving on. You won't believe what this billionaire uttered on his deathbed. One thing I can tell you is that this is a very classic end question, like extremely, at least 60 years old. This is a movie that's at least 60 years old. And oh, okay, cool. Since Stress has given objections, I'm not going to be giving any further clues. But yeah, what
No.
extremely.
That was for the previous question.
Oh, okay,
Not
good.
this one.
For this one, it's a classic in literally every sense. It's considered as a pinnacle of film of sorts. It's an extremely it's a fairly old film, which is considered like the pinnacle of cinema by a lot of people. That I think that is a little helpful because if you are a little aware of how of Hollywood history.
If I get this wrong, do I get negative marking, right?
If you don't stake, you don't get any negatives. If you stake, you get negatives.
Or-
Okay, question 3. Staying in a museum at 3 a.m. gone wrong. Almost died. Okay, again, this thing is also part of a franchise. However, in this case, if you mention any of the names, it's fine because it's fair. This one applies to the whole franchise in general and not just one particular.
No clue.
Yeah, I'm not giving clues. I'm just clarifying. This thing, if you know the answer, you can stake it without worrying about the wrong movie or whatever. However, for the first question, that's not the case. I'm just reminding you guys about that. Okay. And the final question. 200-year-old soldiers beat up an orphan with heart problems after one kills his parents. A little dramatic, but that's the point. Wait, so Noel, are you objecting for the fourth question or the previous question? Okay, for this one, right? Cool. So basically, in the beginning, I'll just share the link again. And in this Google form, you write all 4 of your answers and separate them with a semicolon. So let's say if it's India. This is the format of your answers. If you, for example, you're taking the second answer, this is how it should be: India, semicolon, Pakistan, and brackets your stake. Clear? I'll just read everything. Question 1 is about a farm boy who destroys a massive government project with 1 in a million shot. You won't believe what this billionaire uttered on his deathbed.
Okay, for this Mohsen, for second question, you said the timeline was?
I'm not sure the exact time, but at least like 60 years ago. At least, probably more, like at least 60 years ago.
Okay.
Staying in a museum at 3 a.m. gone wrong, almost died. 200-year-old soldiers beat up an orphan with heart problems after one kills his parents. Okay,
So for the fourth one, how specific do you want it to be?
Fourth one also has to be extremely, like the first one has to be extremely specific, because this particular incident only happens in a single movie. So same rules as the first one. If you mention the correct franchise without stakes, you get part points. If you mention the correct franchise but wrong movie with stakes, you still get a negative. All that rule same apply as the first one.
I have a doubt. So in the third question, all the parts have same storyline. So is it only mention the title of that movie?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I submit
Even
now?
if for example, if it's Spider-Man 3 and you type Spider-Man 1 in stake, you still get the stake as well. So don't worry about that. So wait, have all of you submitted your? Please submit. I'll be closing the form in 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. No longer accepting any responses. So let's discuss the answers. Question 1, any shout outs?
Star Wars: A New Hope.
Yeah, this is indeed Star Wars: A New Hope. This is basically the final scene where he somehow puts a laser through a vent which actually blows out rather than blows in, which is physically impossible. Second one?
Gone with the Wind.
No, this is a Citizen Kane. So the whole story of Citizen Kane is how the billionaire mutters rosebud on his deathbed, and on his deathbed, finding the cinematic classic and all that. Yeah. The third one, the simplest one of the lot.
Night at the Museum.
And the fourth one?
Civil War.
Yeah, this is Captain America Civil War. That's the answer.
Nothing wrong with the answer, but can't the first one also be Avengers Endgame? Because Thanos being the farm guy in the starting also destroys the Avengers faculty in the ending.
Yeah, but that wasn't a 1 in a million shot.
All right.
And he wasn't, and then when he destroys the government building, he's not a farm boy. He was a farm boy after that, technically. Time travel is weird.
For Q4, I thought Terminator 2 makes sense a little.
100. I don't think he's I don't think he has heart problems in that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, nice to see creative answers. Let me just, I'll do the scoring. So scorers, I'll just tell you the score. This is a team 5 score, okay? So team 5 has scored, okay, so team 5 has scored 10 points, okay? Scorers, please note. Team 5, is that correct? Team 5?
Yes, that is correct.
Team 1 has scored, let's see. Wait, Madhav, have you mentioned the fourth answer, or have you left it blank?
No, I left it blank.
Okay, cool. So Madhav gets 20. So team 5, team 1 has 20. Team 1 has 20 points. Okay. Team 7 has 5 points. If any of the teams have any objections with the scores, please notify me.
So it's a -5 for the stake, right?
If you get a stake wrong, it's a -5. Yeah. Team 2 also has 20.
Hello, can you repeat those scores?
I'll repeat after I'm done. Which team are you? Okay, a teammate hasn't opened his account. That's fine.
Actually, the person who asked is a scorer.
Oh, okay. I'll repeat after. I'll repeat after I've announced all 8 scores. Is that okay? Scorer. Is that okay?
Hello,
Yeah.
can you repeat those scores?
I mean, is it okay if I repeat after I'm done with all 8? Team 4 gets 5 points. Team 3 with 5 points and team 6 with 5 points. I'm repeating the scores. Team 1 with 20, team 2 also with 20, team 3 with 5, team 4 with 5, team 5 with 10, team 6 and 7 with 5, and team 8 yet to open their account. Are the scorers and the participants clear?
Team 8?
Team 8, nothing.
Okay.
Are the participants okay with the scores?
It's a +5 for the correct answer, right? Without any stakes.
Without stakes +5, with stakes +10.
Oh yeah. So I guess mine should be at 0 because I got 1 right and I got 1 wrong at the stake. So it's a -5.
Wait, which team are you?
Team 4.
Team 4, let me see. No, you got 1 stake right. So that's a +10 and a -5. So it's a total of 5.
Okay.
Appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I hope you're all clear with the scores and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's move on to the first tries. Okay, wait, can you guys see the screen?
No.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. What about now?
Now it's
Yeah.
So you guys are clear with how to bounce, right? So does anyone need me to explain what bounce and pounce are?
Yes, can you please explain once?
Yeah, sure. So bounce is basically if you see a question and you think you know the answer, you can send the answer to me privately. Now, how that works is if your answer is correct, you get a +10. However, on the bounce, if your answer is wrong, you get a -5. Bounce is normal passing.
How to bounce to you? Is it through WhatsApp or like?
Use the same link for the written round. Just mention your team number, mention your answer, and yeah, that's it.
So
Okay,
the
same
form is a
same.
one-time link. So
No, I'll just open it again.
sure.
Is it fine now? Yeah. It's not limited to a single response. So
Okay.
you guys can use the
form
form multiple times.
Limited. Okay.
So yeah, are you guys clear about the rules? No? So, good. So let's move on to the first question. Also, if you're bouncing, mention it on the. So the thing is, I would be on the other slide. So just mention that you're bouncing, and put on the group that you're bouncing. So, for example, if Team 5 is bouncing, just mention on the chat that Team 5 is bouncing, and also mention on the voice chat as well. Okay, because I won't be able to see the text part. Is that cool? So, and it'll move clockwise. So, from Team 1 to, it'll move in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yeah. Here's the first question. She is rightly known as one of the greatest sports persons of all time. Okay, sorry about the typo. This is massively helped by the fact that she not only represented her country in cricket and football, she also remains the only player to have played in both the ICC and FIFA World Cups. She debuted for both the football and cricket side at the age of 16 and went on to score 6 goals in the 2011 World Cup qualifiers. She basically retired from football in 2014, but she is considered one of the greatest cricket players of all time. Who is being talked about here? Any objections to clues? Seeing none. So this person is one of Australia's star cricket players. Obviously Australian women's team. And if I'm not wrong, she's like an extremely accomplished all-rounder. Like even in cricket, like she opens the bowling as well as bats at number 4. If my memory serves me correct. She's basically Australia's talisman. And yeah. Like I said, it's a very select list of people who played in the both ICC and FIFA World Cup. So it's a very, she's a very elite company. As far as I'm aware, she's the only person to have done that, but I could be wrong. In the women's game, she's the only person. I'm not sure about the men's game if there is any one, but in the women's game, she's certainly the only player to have represented both in both ICC and FIFA World Cup. Okay.
If we're bouncing, do we have to submit the form right now or altogether into one? All right.
You have to submit right now if you're bouncing. Has anyone bounced?
Yes, Team 3.
Okay, team, that's a closing pounds in 3, 2, 1. So far only Team 3 has bounced, right? If I'm not wrong. Hello. So far only Team 3 has bounced, right? Guys, yeah. Good. So Team 1, you're direct.
Is it Alisa Haley?
No. Team 2.
Pass.
Team 3 pounds. Team 4.
No guess.
Team 5.
Pass.
Team 6.
Pass.
Team 7.
Pass.
Team 7.
Pass.
Team 8.
Pass.
Anyone from the audience?
Yeah,
Alicia,
actually,
sir?
one person from the audience actually cracked it.
Oh, nice.
Someone watching in the stream. Abhinav from the audience cracked it.
Yeah. Team 3 has given the perfect answer. Team 3, do you mind saying your answer?
Yeah, it's Alice Perry.
Yeah, this is indeed Alice Perry. She is the only player to have played both in the ICC and FIFA World Cup, and she's also reached the knockout quarterfinals in the World Cup as well, FIFA World Cup, and she's obviously won the Cricket World Cup multiple times.
Just a moment before moving on.
Yeah.
For the benefit of whoever is tuning in on YouTube, if you guys want to pounce, just DM us on our Instagram page at KMBVM _QC. Just DM us on Instagram and we'll consider that as your audience box.
Okay.
Motion actually, isn't she also called Elisa Perry Stark?
I'm not sure about that.
Because she's the wife of Mr. Stark.
That's I'm not sure about that. Like, let me cross check that. But
Mitchell Stark's wife. She's Mitchell Stark's wife.
oh, okay. I don't. Whenever Google her name yesterday, it was still Alice Perry, and she hasn't changed her name. So yeah. Also, she isn't married to
It's called Alice
Michelle
Perry
Stark.
Stark.
She is not married to Michelle Stark.
And
That would be Alyssa Healy. So please move on.
Oh yeah,
Please move on.
yeah. Cool. Going on. Moving
Zahiri,
on.
that's Mr. Steps, right?
Yeah, you guys just mixed up Australian players. It's okay.
participants, please switch on the video.
Okay. Moving on to the second question. With the struggles in the oil and gas sector widely publicized in recent years, our search for renewable energy sources is becoming key, with millions of dollars going to developments. This, however, is not an issue for this company at all, as they have managed to find out and tap into a seemingly endless source of energy, which is used to power the entire fictional world from where the company operates. The fierce competition between the employees who put in work to generate the energy are also a defining trait of this fictional universe. Which company am I talking about? Again, for the most part, this quiz is alternating between sports and entertainment. But please note that in this particular round, there will be slightly more entertainment questions. And that's because the next written round that's based on sports actually has more points than the previous written round. So this round is actually little end heavy. Please bear with me on that. So yeah. Since no one's objecting, I'll give a clue. In the end of the movie, they found out that the exact opposite of their endless energy source is actually even more efficient. So, for example, if they found energy from water, at the end of the movie, they realized that fire was an even better energy source. So they revolutionized their work ethic to make it sure that they produce more fire than water. Yeah. Also, this is from an extremely famous animated movie. That should help. Okay. So think about animated movies, and in fact, the company's name is also the movie's name. That's a very small. I mean, animated movie names with the company name on the list. I mean, that's a very small list to say the least. Closing pounds in 5. So pounds are open. So in case anyone wants to pound. Closing pounces in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All pounds are closed. Team 2, you have an answer?
I'll pass.
Team 3?
Alright, I'll just give a guess, although the animated hint took it away. I was thinking it was Oscorp from Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man.
Nice guess. Team 4?
No guess.
Team 5?
Is it Stark Incorporated of Tony Stark?
A good guess, but that's not the answer. Team 6?
Willy Fungus Chocolate Factory.
Good guess, but that's not the answer. Team 7?
Pass.
Team 8?
No guess.
Team 1?
So is it that group of Council of Alchemists in Full Metal Alchemist? Basically, they found out our world provides energy.
Not that high fund and all. Relax. The answer is simply Monsters Inc. So if you see the movie, it's literally about them trying to collect screams from children to power their entire fictional universe. And at the end of the movie, they realize that laughs are a more potent energy source than screams. So they revolutionize the work ethic to make children laugh rather than to scare children. So yeah.
Participants, please on the video.
Moving on to the next question. This noun X is used to describe an inept person. X actually means skillful hunter. The word comes from X, the great grandson of Noah, one of the most powerful biblical kings. It sounds like a compliment, right? During the golden age of American animation, why called Elmer Fudd a Nimrod in an episode of Looney Tunes. Okay, there's a small error in this question. You don't need X, you just need Y. Kind of like calling your friend Einstein after he makes a really dumb statement. Why sarcasm just stuck? Name X and Y. There's a small error in the question. I just require Y. I don't need X.
You don't need X.
I don't need X. X is
I was
Nimrod.
going to answer X. Okay, so.
And no, okay, fine. I forgot to rate it. There is no part bounce. You can't bounce for one part of the answer. If you're bouncing, you can on the bounce you can say give part answers, but when you're bouncing, you can only bounce on the full answer.
So we need to just give Y, right?
Yeah. It's a pretty simple guess. Like the first thing, if you see probably the first character that pops to your head is likely to be the right answer. I'll just open the bounce forms right now, and yeah, they're open. Bounce forms are open. Anyone bouncing? Extremely straightforward and simple answer. Just reread the question and think of the first character that comes to your mind when you see the thing.
Yeah, team 1 points.
Cool. Just mention the chat as well. Extremely straightforward and simple answer. Don't overthink it and ruin your chances. Anyway, closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pounds are closed. Team 3.
Okay, just a guess. Because of the Looney Tunes, is it Tweety?
No, good guess, but no. Team 4.
Passing on this.
Team 5. Team 5. Team 6.
Passing.
Team 7.
Pass.
Team 8.
Passing.
Could you repeat yourself, team 8?
Passing.
Team 1. Bounce. Team 2.
Pass.
Guys, why are you guys being so risk averse? This is actually Bugs Bunny. So yeah, I was looking for Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is the person who made the statement. Plus 10 to team 1 on the bounce for getting it right. In a vast majority of portraits, yeah, hello.
Okay, bounce form is not open.
Wait, you're bouncing for this one.
No, not. Yeah, just asking.
Cool. In a vast majority of portrayals of famous detectives, they're shown to be abusing some kind of substance. Usually constantly using pipes to smoke, with some iterations even going to the extremes by showing the detectives to be a junkie. However, Detective Pikachu being a kids' movie, it would have been inappropriate to show the detective addicted to these particular items. The solution was showing Pikachu to be addicted to a different substance, a much more common and less frowned upon addiction. What was the solution? So basically, simply tell me what Detective Pikachu was addicted to. I think if you just see the trailer itself, you would get the answer. Okay, Team 2 is bouncing. Since Team 2 is bouncing, I'm refraining from giving any clues. Again, just focus on the question. Think of common addictions which people don't really frown upon. Pretty simple, straightforward. Yes. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, just a thing. If I'm keeping the pounds too fast, please let me know about that. Okay, so Team 4.
Okay, so just guessing, it has something to do with chewing a gum or some other confectionery being addicted to.
Oh, nice guess, but that's not the answer. Team 5.
Is it chocolate?
Ooh, close, but no. Ooh, close, but Team 6.
Nail biting.
Oh, good guess, but that's not the answer. Team 7.
Coffee.
Perfect answer. So Detective Pikachu was shown to be addicted to coffee. Like throughout the movie, he was just looking for his caffeine fix. Plus 10 to Team 7 on the bounce. Wait, what? Why is this thing not moving? Just 1 second. Oh yeah. So they showed Pikachu as a coffee addict. So plus 10 to Team 7 on the bounce and plus 10 to Team 2 on the bounce. Brilliant answer by Noel. This is indeed caffeine, coffee, whatever. They showed Pikachu as being a coffee addict. Moving on to the next question. In the telecast of the PSG versus Man United Champions League match in 2019 in an Iranian TV channel, they were shown using their 1972 crest with a ship on it rather than the current crest. Simply tell me why the Man United logo was censored. So if we break it down, just I'm pretty sure you all know what the Man United crest looks like, and it says Iranian TV channel. So if you look at the Man United crest, you can understand why an Iranian, like consider the religious thing of Iran, and connect that to the Man United logo. So why do you think the logo was censored? Ah, yeah.
So team 1 points.
What? Who's bouncing? Oh, team 2.
And team 2.
Cool. So far I've only received team 2's pounds. Team 1, are you bouncing? Cool. I received team 1's pounds as well.
I pounced this one.
Cool. Closing pounds in 5, 4.
Team 3 also bounced right now.
Okay, cool. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pounds closed. Team 8, you're direct. Team 8.
No guess.
Team 8. Yeah. So Hari Govind.
Passing. No guess. No.
Wait, one person. Yeah, Hari Govind. Go.
Yeah, I'm passing.
Okay. Team 1 pounds. Team 2 pounds. Team 3 pounds. Team 4.
Since they already have a ruler, the Man United logo probably made it look like they're giving the sports team more priority than the ruler himself. Something to do with it.
Good guess, but that's not the answer. Team 5. 5. You're on mute. Team 5, you're on mute. Yeah, what?
Is it related to their belief or religious belief?
Yeah, what religious? What? I need a specific religious belief.
So the lion shows in the pink hold in the hand of the lion.
I'll get back to you, but since very close. But since team 1, since 13 of pounds, I can't really give it to you for a rough approximation. Team 6.
Pass.
Team 7.
Pass.
Cool. Yeah, anyone from the audience? Okay.
Is it the devil?
Yeah, this is indeed basically the devil in Man United's logo. Team 1 and Team 2 have given perfect answers. Team 3's answer is close, but since it's close enough, so I'm going to give it to them. Team 3 mentioned that mythical.
Yeah, I just gave it because I know what it meant by Iran, not the logo.
Yeah, that's good enough. So yeah, this is basic. The devil in Man United logo was considered to be against Iranian religious beliefs, so they used an older Man United logo without the devil on it. So,
Shout out to Abhinav and Kalyani from the audience on cracking this one.
GG lads. Anyway, next one. The mask for this famous horror movie icon was actually made by using a mask of William Shatner's face, painting it white and cutting out holes in the mask. Using the image in the next slide as a reference, simply tell me whose mask was made like this. If you can mention the franchise, that's good enough. Also, this question is a very considering today. This is a very appropriate question. Not just because it's a horror movie, uh, for another reason. When you see the mask, you understand. So,
Pounce.
cool. Yeah,
So if I'm pouncing, the franchise will do, right?
franchise will do. Yeah,
What do we have to answer in this? Could you just specify?
either the character's name or the franchise. And I mentioned it's an extremely appropriate franchise considering today. Not just because it's a scary horror movie icon, considering today it's an extremely appropriate franchise.
Whose director is it?
Direct to, since no one answered the team one. Oh, yes, team one is your direct, I think. So it's fine. You don't have to bounce for that.
Yeah, I'll say it.
So yeah, team one, I'll just delete a response. Don't worry. Okay. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team 8. Sorry, team 1.
Halloween.
Yeah, this is indeed Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise. This is Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise. This is how his mask was actually made. So yeah. Plus 10 to team 1 and team 2. Moving on, question to team 3. Sorry, question to team 2. When Sachin Tendulkar became the first Indian to score an ODI double century, tributes were pouring in from across the world. However, some people noted that Sachin Tendulkar was wrongly accredited as the first player to score an ODI double century. In fact, the first ODI double century was actually scored 13 years before Sachin by another player in 1997. Who was the player who scored the double century before Sachin?
Team 4 pounds.
Good. Since team 4 is bouncing, I would be giving any additional clues.
The form is closed.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Is it fixed now? Since the team is bounced, I won't be giving any clues, but yeah. I think the timeline might help if you recall, but I don't know how helpful that is. But closing pounds in 5, 4.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Excuse me. The link is not. Link is not working. Wait for some seconds. The link is not working for me. So
Okay.
wait
Yeah,
for some seconds.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
It's not working. So can I up to anyone or
No, just try joining the link again. It'll work. I'll just send it again. Oh wait, wrong link. Sorry. This is the right link. Just see if you can access it.
Okay.
So I'm only accepting pounds from team 5. Yeah, 5.
Sorry. Can I? The link is not opening. So wait for some seconds.
Sure.
Some slow in internet connection
No,
here.
no, that's fine. Pounds is closed for everyone else. I'm only accepting answers from team 5 now. Team 4 already submitted the answer, and now I'm ready for team 5.
Mohsen, let him DM me on WhatsApp. No?
Do you have my number? I'll just put my number on the group. I mean, on the chat. You can just drop me a text.
I found. So okay, I can save your number.
Yeah, sure. Wait, I got your pounds. Team 5, I got your pounds. So pounds is closed for everyone. Team 3. Is it team 2? It's team 2 or team 3? So team 2, right?
Okay. Do I need to give the exact name or just the because I don't remember the name, but I know how it became.
If it sounds similar, I'll give it to you. If it's like
I know the surname. It's a very common surname.
What is it like? If you tell,
Clark.
Could you just describe her?
I think you can wait for better answers.
No, let me just
what happened.
describe her.
It happened in
Cool,
women's
I'll give
study
it to
tech,
you.
not
This
in
is
men's.
Belinda Clark from Australia, who scored a double century in 1997. So plus 10 to Noel, and plus 10 to teams 4 and 5 for cracking it on the pounds. Good job. With that, we come to the end of the second round. I'll just tally the score.
Hello, can you say the scores again? The
last question. Team 2, 4, and 5.
I mean this on Belinda Clark.
What?
On Belinda Clark.
That's what. Team 2, team 4, and team 5.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I sent a message to your WhatsApp, so could you please check that?
I got your pounds, Bana. I got your pounds. Don't worry. I got in Google Form itself. So yeah. So I'll just read out the scores. If you guys have any clarifications, just don't hesitate to speak up. Madhav, team 1 is on 40. Is that correct?
Right.
Which ones did you pound?
Can you just go on to the answer slides once more?
Sure.
I think my on.
You got yeah. LC Perry. You didn't get that. No one got Monsters Inc. I think Madhav got Bugs Bunny. You got Bugs Bunny, right? Well, let me just. Oh, I can just see who bounced.
Yeah, he got Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, let me see. I think I can see who bounced unless I accidentally deleted it.
No, you can. You just have to check the form.
Okay, Madhav got Bugs Bunny. He got Devil and Man United logo. Yeah, I got
Halloween.
Yeah, I got it. That's what. So plus 10. So yeah, Madhav on 50. Team 1 on 50. 2 pounds in one direct, right? Madhav?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry about that. Team 2 also on 50.
I think I'm on 60. I got
Cool.
20 in the first round and the last 4 questions.
Let me just recheck that. Yeah, you got 60. Sorry about that. Yeah. So Madhav on 50, Team 2 Noel on 60. Yeah, sorry about the confusion. Shreyas, you have 15.
Was it plus 10 on pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was at 5 in the first round and I got 2 right here. One was the first question, Ellis Perry, and then the Manchester United one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. 25, yeah. Shreyas on 25. Varun, Team 4 on 15.
Yeah.
Team 5, Banalal on 20. Is it correct?
Correct. Yes.
Team 6, Atul on 5.
Yes.
Team 7, Amaya on 15. Amaya, did I note your scores correctly? Hello.
Yes.
And Hari,
Yes.
Hari Govind is yet to open his account.
Yes.
That's okay. We'll have more opportunities in the upcoming rounds. So, okay, now moving on to the second written round. This is actually worth slightly. It's worth slightly more than the previous written rounds. There are actually 60 points at stake this time. Yeah, can you guys see the presentation?
Yeah.
Good. So this is about
Also, could you reopen the
sports player
form?
nicknames. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Same format as earlier. Just that this time each question is worth 10 points. 5 rule stakes of 5, 4 questions. And yeah, this is about nicknames of sports players.
This is a written round, right?
Yeah. In 2014, after getting what could you just repeat that?
Where do we have to write the answer? Google form.
Google form, same format as the first round. Okay. So yeah, in 2014, after getting frustrated at losing his wicket, Ben Stokes punched the locker in the dressing room with lasting consequences. The consequence being that he fractured his wrist. After fracturing his wrist because of punching in the locker, his teammates started calling him Rocky, and to make more fun of that incident, they also called him X. What is X? I'll tell you this. X is an extremely simple, this is a answer you have to work out from the question. However, it is extremely simple to work out. This fact technically holds the answer.
How do we pronounce the question? How do we pronounce the answer?
It's a written round. So
How
basically,
to pronounce the answer?
it's a written round. So you have to write your answer. You have to write all 4 answers in the same blank and separate it with a semicolon. And if you're staking, you put the stake in the bracket. Anyone objecting to clues?
Where is the link? Objection.
Same link.
Where is the link of
Same link.
Okay.
It's the same link as the pounds form.
If we take and get wrong, any negative mark?
Yeah, if you stake and get wrong, it's a -5. If you don't stake and get it wrong, there's no negative. Okay, anyone objecting to clues for this question? Okay, seeing none. So this is the same name as the 2008 war movie about a bomb disposal team.
No close.
So yeah, that's all. I won't be giving any more clues. Again, you can simply
Will you
work out. Huh? Could you just
will you
repeat
please
that?
tell that once more?
Yeah, I said that this is about 2008 war movie about a bomb disposal team in Iraq. I reiterate how you can simply work out the answer from what's given in the question. Focus on the fact that he got injured because of a locker. So if you just play around with the words a little bit, you can get a 2008 movie, and that is what one of the nicknames Ben Stokes got from his teammates. Moving on. This legendary basketball player, whose legendary performance is so good that it remains a record to this day, has a rather interesting nickname. He got the nickname from the fact that he had to dip quite often in his school hallways due to his height to avoid hitting his head. This nickname became even more fitting later on in his career as he ended up becoming one of the biggest basketball stars of all time. Which player and what nickname? Focus on the fact that, again, even in this thing, you can pretty much work out the answer from the text given in the question. It says that he had to dip a lot and that he's one of the biggest basketball stars of all time, and that he has a record that is probably going to remain unbeatable for a long, long, long time. So if you have even any of the basic basketball knowledge, you'll be aware of this guy's number. Do you guys need further clues for this? Seeing no objections, I'll
Clues for nickname, not for the person.
Clue for the second part,
Okay,
not
yeah.
the nickname part.
And then so technically there's one person objecting for nickname and one person objecting for name. So I can't give clues for either. Sorry. I'll just if you want the nickname, I'm not going to give you any extra clues. Just focus on the question. Focus on the fact that he had to dip a lot due to his height, which is he's very tall, had to dip a lot, and was a basketball star. If you combine those two words, you will get something. It's a word play. You can work out from this question. Like I said, he's a star, had to dip a lot, was very tall. Combine those words and you get the player. And as I said, the player has a record that will probably go unbeaten for a long, long time. And it's a basic basketball. It is a unbelievable record, to say the least.
So it's part points on this one, right?
Yeah, if 10 points, and if you want, you can stake +5.
No, there are 2 parts, so +5 for each part.
Yeah, part points. So in this particular case, if you stake, it cancels out. So if you stake for you have to give a complete answer to get a bonus. If you give only one part, it's a 0. Even if you stake, it's a 0.
Yeah.
So if you're sure about one part, you lose 5 points at best if you stake it, but you won't be getting any negatives. Yeah, I think that's enough time. To reiterate the fact that he should dip a lot, huge basketball star. That I'm pointing you towards the nickname. Also, in borderline unbeatable basketball record. Matt Doherty is a football player who plays as right back for Tottenham Hotspur. After his amazing exploits in his former club, Wolverhampton Wanderers, he was given a nickname apt for a player of his position. What was his nickname? A combination of his name and the name of another legendary fullback. One thing to note is that while it is an appropriate name for a fullback, this legend was literally the exact opposite position of Matt Doherty. So, yeah, think of it that way. And modify Matt Doherty's name and combine it with the other legendary fullback. I will be specific about this one. I need the exact nickname. Even if you combine the two names and you combine it in the wrong manner, I won't be giving any points. However, if you combine the wrong name and give a bonus, I won't be giving any negatives. It cancels out. But no bad points for this one. You have to give me the exact nickname. Wait 1 second. Just wait a second, okay, guys. So yeah, think of legendary fullbacks who played in the exact opposite position as Matt Doherty. Take his name, take the other person's name, try to mash it up, and if you mash it right, you get like 10 or potentially 15 points. And considering how tight it is at the top, like those 15 points could be a game changer. Moving on. Alex Hales has given a peculiar nickname to his international teammates Ben Stokes and Johnny Bairstow, based on the fact that they're both Englishmen who are also gingers, coupled with the fact that they somewhat look alike. Hales gave them a popular nickname from literature. What did Alex Hale call them? The exclamation mark was unnecessary. Sorry. So yeah, pretty much. Think of, gingers who look alike. Literature. If you combine those three things, an extremely popular English literature thing pops to your head. Any objections to clues for this one? Okay.
Objective.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, object.
Okay, now we'll be doing a rerun. Question 1. After Ben Stokes injured himself by punching a locker in frustration, what was the nickname his teammates gave him? Question 2. What was the nickname of this legendary basketball player who has a borderline unbeatable record? And due to the fact that he had to dip a lot in his high school due to his height and to avoid hitting his head in like doorways and stuff. Question 3 is about the nickname Matt Doherty was given after playing really well with Wolverhampton Wanderers. A combination of his name and the name of another fullback who played the exact opposite position as Doherty. Question 4 is the peculiar nickname Alex Hales gave Ben Stokes and Johnny Bairstow based on the fact that they are English people who are gingers and who look alike. A popular literature-based nickname. So, and
No.
so
Shall we submit now?
yeah, submit now. I'll be closing it in a minute or so. Team A. Team. Any team left to submit? Okay. Okay, 2 teams have submitted without giving their team names, and I presume that is Team 7, considering all the 6 of the teams are accounted for.
But which is which?
I mean, it doesn't matter that they both scored equal points. So. Okay, so discussing the answers. Question 1. Hurt
Locker.
Yeah, exactly. So Ben Stokes was called Hurt Locker after hurting himself trying to punch a locker. Appropriate. This one, any guesses?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Great Dipper.
Ooh, close. It's okay. This is actually Wilt Chamberlain and Big Dipper.
Big Dipper. Okay, I got the
Big Dipper as a star in constellation, and this is Wilt Chamberlain, whose record is 100 points in a single game. So yeah. Question 3. This one, any guesses?
Matt Roberti after Roberto Carlos.
Oh, good guess, but no.
Can we try?
Yeah, sure, you can try.
Doherty Carlos?
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually Doherty Carlos. That's what they called
nice.
Matt Doherty.
Do I have part points for that Roberto Carlos part?
No, I specifically said no part points for that question.
This is Weasley brothers.
Yeah,
The
Red and-
they
Weasley
called
twins.
they were called the Weasley twins by Alex Hales. So yeah, let me just announce the scores.
It's 5 each, right, for every right answer.
10 each. And
10 each, okay.
Yeah,
And 5 for stake.
5 per stake. Yeah, that's why I said there's a small balance issue overall.
Is it any part point for Roberto Carlos? Is it any part point for Roberto Carlos?
I said there's no part. I specifically said there aren't any part points for the Roberto Carlos question.
A part point for the nickname, though, right? Big Dipper.
Which one? Yeah, part point. There's part point for the nickname. Okay, team 1 gets 15, 20. Team 1 gets 20. Is that correct? Madhav, is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Team 4. Team 4 gets 10. I mean 15.
15, I
Team
guess.
4 gets 15.
Hello, team 4 get 10 or 50?
15.
50.
Yeah. Okay. Team 2 gets 15. Team 2 gets 35. Is that correct? Team 2, is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Team 8 yet to open their account. Team 5 gets 15. Is that correct? Team 5, is that correct?
Yes.
Team 3 gets Team 3 gets 20. Is that correct? Team 3?
Yes. No, wait a second. Team 3, 20. It was plus 10 for correct answer, right?
Yeah.
So 20, and my second one was wrong. So minus 5, 15.
Couldn't stake it.
All right. Okay, 20.
Okay, so I'll just repeat the scores. Team 1 with 20, Team 2 with 35, Team 3 with 20, Team 4 with 15, Team 5 with 15, and the other teams didn't score in this round. Is that correct? Cool. So I'll just announce the scores before the final round. Team 1 is at 70, Team 2 is at 95, Team 3 is at 45, Team 4 is at 30, Team 5 is at 35, Team 6 is at 5, Team 7 is at 15, and Team 8 is yet to open their so, any discrepancy with the scores? Moving on to the final round, 7 questions. So this is anti-clockwise, so we'll be starting from Team 8 and working backwards to Team 1. The first question. XY Advertising Agency is an advertising agency on Madison Avenue in New York City and has top clients like Chevrolet, Playtex and Kodak. The agency proved powerful in the real world too. A plot point featuring ponds, for instance, uh, lured Unilever into creating themed ads to run alongside the program. The agency is name is made of something with rapidly falling economic value and the name of a British car company known for their small cars. So this is a fictional advertising agency.
So, will I get points for explaining this thing where this agency can be seen and all?
If you can give me the name of like where it's from, that's good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, full points, right?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay, pounds.
Unless someone actually gives me the proper name, that's good enough. Like on the pounce, if you're the only one bouncing, that's fine. And however, if someone bounces the exact answer, I have to give a negative. Is that cool? Madhav.
Cool.
Um, so yeah, since Madhav's pounds, I won't be giving any clues for this one. Uh, did you submit the pounds? Okay. Uh, Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teammate. You can just give me the TV show something that's good enough.
No guess. Pass.
Team 7,
Pass.
Team 6,
Passing.
Team 5, Team 5.
Is it on Spider-Man comics? The
Good guess, but it's not Spider-Man. Team 4,
I had the same guess. Pass.
Team 3.
Is it Mini Cooper?
That's one. Like that, Cooper is one part of the answer, but that's not the entire thing.
Do I get points for Cooper?
No, it's
Fine.
Team 2.
So this is from a TV show. Is Mad Men.
Perfect. That will give you 10 points.
Full name.
Cool. So yeah, this is Sterling Cooper. That's the agency where the based on basically the agency where Mad Men takes place in. Sterling. It's called Sterling Cooper. And the first part was I was talking about the pound sterling, but yeah, that was the first part of the clue. Plus 10 to Team 1 and Team 2. So direct to Team 1. There are three primary types of certain piece of equipment: iron, wood, and X. The different types are used according to the distance the shot needs to go. The iron and wood equipment also have different types of numbers attached to them, indicating the angle of loft on this equipment. What am I talking about here? I blanked out X because X is like a very like obvious guess as to guess to the answer. However, if you just still read the question, you can't figure out what I'm talking about. Especially the second sentence, that's a huge indicator as to what I'm talking about. Which sport? Okay, since no one's opinion, I'll give a clue.
Pound.
This is any objection? Wait, was that an objection? Did anyone?
Objection.
Cool. Which team is that?
Yeah, objection.
Cool. Team 1.
Objective.
Yeah, I'm objection.
Anyone bouncing?
Pounds.
Cool. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot to open the sheet. Yeah, you guys can submit your pounds now. Please notify in the chat which all teams have bounced, please. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pounds are closed.
So my direct, right?
Just give me a sec. Let me just see all the bounces. Yeah, it's team 1's direct. Just wait for team 1, team 6. Okay. So yeah, team 1.
Golf clubs.
Yeah, indeed. This is indeed the types of golf clubs used. X is called a putter, and put is a type of golf shot. So I thought it would be too obvious if I give putter as well. So that's what X is. Yeah. Plus 10 to all the teams who pounds. Team 1 gets plus 10. Team 2 gets plus 10. Team 6 as well as Team 8 get plus 10 as well. Before the company entered the field, this particular thing was seen more as a careful profession requiring knowledge of chemistry, handling of cumbersome equipment, and interest in wet plate processes, rather than the mix of common hobby as well as profession that it is today. The company started out based on a special type of paper that allowed multiple exposures rather than pre-existing single plate system. Which company, who are a prime example of what happens if your company doesn't innovate to match the technology of the time, am I talking about? And why is this company's name like somewhat relevant in the entertainment field? So, yeah, I'll tell you the connect. It's basically the entertainment connect is that this company. Ha- so the name of a certain important venue was this company's name in the past. It's changed now, but in the past it had the same. It lent its name to a very important venue for the Hollywood industry. Now the name has changed, but that's the connect. I just wanted to name the company and what I'm talking about in the whole name.
Pounds. Team 1.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, I just opened the form. Sorry about that. Team 1 again once. Team 1, could you explain? You have to explain the connect as well.
Pounds again.
Yeah, yes, pounds again.
Yeah, like with connected.
Also, no, you have to mention the old name, not the new one. So yeah, I'm just excusing it for now. Just modify it a little bit. I can't.
I want to modify which part.
You have to modify both parts. You gave the old name. You gave the. I'm looking for the old name, not the new name. If you can't modify, I have to give you a negative. So yeah.
Can I withdraw my pounds?
You can't withdraw your pounds. Sorry. I just think I'll give you a little time to think about what it could possibly be. But if you can't, I'm looking for the old name. I just said that I'm looking for the old name. I mentioned that in the question. So just think. Again, if you look at the biz angle, also you can figure out. Think of companies who are extremely considered to be huge innovators in the past, but due to their laziness and due to the fact that they were complacent, they had to shut down.
Okay. So can I pounds now?
Yeah, you can modify your pounds. Yeah. Anyone else pouncing? Okay. After this point, I'm only accepting team 1's bounce. I'm not going to be accepting any more bounces. This is a team 8's direct, by the way. And yeah, I'm closing bounce now. Aye.
Passing.
Okay, team 7. Team 7. Okay, team 7 doesn't seem to be responding. So, team 6. Team 6. Team 6 to be AOL as well. Team 5.
Passing.
Team 4.
Is it Kodak?
Yeah, what is the entity? That's one part. What is the connect?
So like, it has something to do with that film reels, I guess, and how they used to develop the videos.
Okay, I mean, open for chimping from other participants. Team 3.
Okay, just to guess, is it Adobe Systems?
No, Kodak is the company. What is the connect?
Acha, Kodak is it? No, pass.
Team 2.
Kodak, and there is some important place in Hollywood named after Kodak Avenue or something.
Yeah, that's what I said in the question, bro. Cool. Team 1 bounced. Okay. So I'm closing the answer. So this is indeed Kodak plus 5 to team 4, right? Team 4's person said Kodak, right? Yeah. So plus 5 to team 4.
In the audience, we have Kalyani and Abhinav who cracked it again.
Okay, why didn't they participate?
Because they're not school quizzes. I mean, one of them is it. One of them is it. The other is.
Yeah, what about the other one? Anyway, so this is indeed Kodak, and the Dolby Theatre was originally known as the Kodak Theatre before it changed names. Minus 5 to team 1, who stuck with the Dolby Theatre. I wasn't looking for. I told you I was looking for the old name. It was called the Kodak Theatre before it. Before Kodak burned to the ground. So yeah, I think.
Can you say those scores again? Minus to whom?
Team 1 and plus 5 to team 4. Okay, this is another, I think, a fairly simple one. Owing to problems Lionel Messi faced when he was growing up due to his growth hormone deficiency, he was given a rather peculiar nickname. However, this nickname is surprisingly somewhat suited to his style of play, as this insect is one of the most agile and athletic insects around despite its tiny stature, much like Messi's playing style. What was the nickname given to Lionel Messi? Think of extremely tiny insects. Like extremely tiny.
Insect is needed, right?
Yeah, insect. I mean, you can either give me the English name or the Spanish name is the nickname. But if you can give me the English name, that's fine. Yeah.
It is direct for which team?
Since no one answered, team 7's direct.
Pound form is not open.
Oh, sorry. This is team 7's direct.
We can give the name in Spanish, right?
Yeah, anything works. As long as it's a click, right thing. It doesn't the language, English or Spanish works. In fact, Spanish is the preferable answer, but yeah, it does make a difference. So, are you pouncing? Good, team 3 pounds. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pounds the close. Team 7.
Mosquito.
I can't hear you. What?
Mosquito.
Okay. No. Team 6.
Bumblebee.
No. Team 5.
I have a doubt. Is it the name of any animal or
It's an insect. I mentioned that the question.
atom or
I can't. It's good type out answer. I can't hear you.
is it atom?
No. Good guess, but not the atom. Team 4.
Not sure. I'll simply say a praying mantis or something.
Good guess, but it's not praying mantis. Team 3 pounds. Team 2 pounds. Team 1.
Beetle.
Good guess, but it's not beetle. Teams. Wait, let me see. Team 2 as well as team 2 and 3 have given me the perfect answer. And if you can speak up.
The answer is La Pulga,
Yeah.
which is the insect La Pulga.
I didn't get the time to answer. In fact, I knew it.
Oh, sorry. Wait, did I miss? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'll give you a bonus question in the end. Just for teammate, I'll make a bonus question in the end. Is that cool with everyone? So
Scores for all.
So plus 10 to team 3 and 2.
Team 3 and
The Vulcan nerve pinch is one of Spock's most iconic moves, and its origins are actually quite interesting. Oh my god, so many typos. This was not something originally scripted in the Star Trek series. However, it was created on Nimoy's request as he was vehemently against something. What's funny is that the very thing Nimoy was opposed to all those years ago is still a relevant issue in the USA, especially. Why did Nimoy opt for such a signature attack? Like, why did he opt for a Vulcan nerve pinch over anything else? So if you've kind of seen what it looks like, or even if you consider what it sounds like, you will notice something unique about the nerve pinch and like how you can use the fact that you're using a pinch as an attack. That kind of says something about your propensity or how much you want to attack. Correct? How little you want to attack. The fact that you go for a pinch as your signature move, that means that you try to attack as less as possible. So what does that mean? And tell me the relevant issue that Nemo is talking about. If you just give me the relevant issue, that is good enough. Anyone pouncing? Okay, I'll give one more clue. Think about issues. Okay, this is not about Black Lives Matter, and this is obviously not about the pandemic or the election. Think of other. This is an issue in the US that's been around forever. Like if you think about US and one of its like main issues, this is one of them. Uh, Especially relevant for American people who are your age. Think of it that way. What it's this kind of issue is relevant for American people your age. So what could it be? You know, considering it's a school quiz and all.
So you just want the issue, right?
Yeah, issue is good enough. Yeah. Again, it's something that especially affects people your age in the US, your age, general age group. So that should give you a vague idea, I guess. Anyone pouncing? Okay. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team 6. Any guess?
Is it bringing guns to school?
Okay, I'll give it to you. This is basically the fact that he was a pacifist who was especially against gun violence. And in Star Trek, the most commonly used weapons are the phasers, and those are basically, for all intents and purposes, they are a gun. Although the guns aren't often used to kill, in fact, they're used as more as stun guns than actual guns. The fact of the matter is they're still guns, and Nimoy was vehemently against gun violence. So he opted for a nerve pinch, which would do the trick of, making people unconscious. So Team 6 gets it right. It is indeed gun violence. Okay. In what sport are these oil patterns of extreme relevance to the players? Okay, good. So I'll tell you one thing. Unlike most sports, this is a sport we've also played, although on a different, more on a recreational level. This is a sport that is like very accessible to everyone. Like anyone can play it. It's a very accessible sport. It's just at the top level is rather hard. And I would say that, yeah, this pattern in the yeah this pattern which I'm circling on, that is one in the recreational version. This is the most commonly used pattern which we see. Also, look at the length. It's all around. They're all 60 meters long, and the oil makes these surfaces really slick. The fact that the surface really slick really helps the sport. And in the recreational versions of these places, the middle pattern is the one they follow, where a lot of the oil is concentrated on the middle, so that the sport can be played easily by people who aren't as experienced. The other tournaments have other patterns, but this is the one you follow in the middle.
Team 6 pounds. Is the form open?
Wait, let me see if that's open. Oh, it's not. Sorry. Team 6 again. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you can Team 6. You can. Is anyone else bouncing?
Excuse me, I can't access the Palms form. Can you open it?
I'll just send it again. Can you access the form now, Shreyas?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm closing pounds for everyone except Team 3. Are you bouncing? Shreyas, are you bouncing?
Yes, I submitted.
Okay, cool. So closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team 5, your guess.
Is it squash?
Good guess, but it's not squash. Team 4.
I'm passing.
Wait, team 3 pounds, team 2,
I'll pass.
team 1.
Tetris.
Good guess, but not Tetris. It's a sport, not a video game. Team 8.
Is this kabaddi?
Good guess, but it's not Kabaddi. Team 7.
Pass.
Team 6.
Pounced.
Oh yeah, team 6 pounds. Oh yeah, team 6 pounds. Cool. So, and it was team 5 direct. So, closing. This is in fact the oil patterns when you're on bowling alleys. So, the one in the middle is what is there on all our regular common bowling alleys, like the ones in malls and arcades and stuff. Whereas the other pattern you see a change according to tournaments and all that. So yeah. And this oil pattern is important, determines how the ball moves in the alley. And the one which we use, the middle pattern is the simplest one to get points in, which is why they opt for that. Also easy to work around, easy for beginners to start bowling and all that. So there's a lot of things going into it. Yeah, this is the last question of this quiz.
Yeah, so I get plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Can we have the scores before this?
Team 6 and Team 7 get plus 10.
No, team 3.
Team 3 and Team 6 get plus 10.
Can we have the scores before this?
Yeah, sure. Team 1 with 85, is that correct? Madhav? Madhav, is that correct?
Yeah.
He's showing a thumbs up sign. Thumbs up sign.
Team 2 with 115.
Oh yeah, right.
Team 3 with 75.
Yes.
Team 4 with 35.
Yeah.
Team 5 with 35.
Yes.
Team 6 with 35.
Yes.
Team 7 with 15. Team 7. Okay, and Team 8 with 10. And one more question after this for Team 1. Team 8. Okay. So, I mean, first place has been sealed. Congratulations, Noel, on finishing first. Now it's just a tight race between second and third. Let's see. So the final question is as follows: The Incredibles is one of Pixar's most iconic movies, and it is widely acclaimed and loved to this day, despite the movie being nearly 2 decades old. However, this movie has actually another unique distinction, which might not sound true on the first glance, but actually makes sense if you consider the first Pixar movies ever made, like Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Monsters Incorporated, etc. What is the distinction? So it's a pretty straightforward guess. I would say compare the characters of all the movies mentioned.
Objection.
Pounds.
Team 2 pouncing. So team 1, 2, and 3 are pouncing, I presume.
It's direct for which team?
Direct for team 4.
Pounds.
Who all are pouncing? Great. Team 2, Team 8, Team 1, and Team 3, and 7. Cool. Lots of bounces. The farm open? Oh, okay. Sorry, the farm isn't open. Farm's open. have all of you submitted your prompts? Let's see. Team Team 2, Team 1, Team 7. Okay. Team 8, I don't see your pounds here. Are you bouncing?
Yeah, I have bounced. It's showing it's not no longer accepting responses.
Just try refreshing your form.
Okay.
I'm no
Team 3
longer.
also bounced. Did you get my response?
Yeah, I got all of the bounces. I am no longer accepting bounce from anyone except Team 8. So yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. We went through. Yep, got a bounce, and I'm closing the forms. Team Team 4.
Okay, so I'm guessing this movie had the action sequences filmed in real life, and they replicated the same for animated characters. Something.
Good guess, but that's not the answer. Team 3 pounds, Team 2 pounds, Team 1 pounds, Team 8, 7, Team 6.
Pass.
Team 5. Team 5. Okay, cool. So all the team. Wait, let me see the rest. Wait. Yeah, all the teams who've pounced have gotten it right. So that is plus 10 to 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. Is that correct? Did I miss anyone?
Yeah, did you say Team 3?
Yeah, Team 3. 1, 2, 3, 7,
Yeah.
8. Okay, cool. So at the end, we've come to the end of the quiz. Well, let me just arrange Team 8's question as well. This was an this I'm since this was an entertainment question, I'm going to be asking a sports question. But let me see.
Now, wasn't that the last
Yeah,
question?
I said that this is an extra question for Team 8 because I missed them once.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Hari Govind, are you listening?
Yeah.
Cool. So in 2006, there was a spike in the birth rates in Germany, about a 10% spike, which is significantly more than the birth rate spike in that same period in the EU, which was 0.7%. This was actually attributed to the large quantities of beer consumed and the exciting nature of the most significant event conducted in Germany in 2006. Why was there a spike in birth rates in Germany in 2006? So do the math and think what kind of event would have happened in Germany 2006. Look at the year carefully.
Can we
I mean, you
also
guys
answer
can
that?
just
Or
you
only
can do a
Team 8?
non-comp guess.
I'm going with the FIFA World Cup 2006.
Yeah. Okay, plus 10. This is indeed due to the excitement surrounding the FIFA World Cup in 2006. They got yeah. So that's another plus 10 to Team 8. With that, we come to the end of our quiz. Thank you guys for participating. I had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed the set as well. If you guys have any bouquets or big bats, please mention them in the comments about the feedback. I would like feedback about the first round. That was something new I tried. I would like the feedback on that. Anyone? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that I would like to give one feedback. Yeah, that was really interesting for us. And at the first go, I thought that the question will not be as close to the answers, but you made it really well. So kudos and good fun.
Thanks, man. Good job, guys. So I'll be announcing the scores one last time. Team 1 with 95, Team 2 with 125, Team 3 with 85, Team 4, 5, and 6 with 35, Team 7 with 25, and Team 8 with 30. So good job, all of you guys did really well in the set. Congratulations to Team 1 for comfortably winning this quiz. And it was a nice tight fight between Team 1 and Team 3 for second spot. And yeah, it was a very tasked. And in fact, there's only 5 points separate, 10 points separating fourth and eighth. So it was a very nice tight quiz. Good job, all of you guys. And hope you guys take this a good sign and keep quizzing. And yeah, I hope you guys get more opportunities to quiz offline where things are far better. And yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you guys for participating. And I would like to thank everyone at the quiz club, including the scorers as well as the QC members. This is Ashwin for helping me out and getting me in touch with these. I'd also like to thank the teachers for their support as well. And yeah, hope you guys call me for future quizzes too. So yeah, that'll be all. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mohsen. Thank you very much for this. For a wonderful quiz and wonderful set of questions.
Thank you, sir.
Ashwin, now when should we start the next finals?
I guess there are a lot of overlapping participants, so we'll give them a bit of time to cool down. We'll start now. It's 4:17. By 4:30, we'll start the Cybertech finals.
Okay, I think most of the participants are in the next quiz finals too. So,
yeah,
okay,
at least 5 are there in the next finals, so might as well give them some time to
Okay, so we'll start at 4:30.
Yeah, we can end the
Who are
broadcast
not
now.
part of the science-based quiz.
Pardon?
Yes.
Can the others leave the meet or not part of the other quiz?
Yes.
Everyone can. We're ending.
Same link. We'll have used the same link for this.
So did the stream end?
No. Legit teacher? Yes, just end.
Yeah.
Anup sir.
Yes, Vasanta teacher.
The certificates and all, no, it is sent, the participation, it is sent to you via email.
To me?
To you, Sigma.
All the participation certificates are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go through that, please. And what else we have to do with it, you can discuss with Ashwin and